like half of that. I'ma need my money back. Wow. All I'm trying to see is your credit card. Swipe it off on me. You just see me, just believe me, just that when I call. You the one who ruined us, can't give no, can't give no.
You can keep your 2 cents, bitch. I ain't with the bickering. Backing down is not an option. No, I won't consider it. I was cruising down the street when my bitch is 50D. Hey, turn up, we gon'.
What's up, y'all? It's Huston, Jamal, and I'm back with another video. If you're at that title, you can see that today is another story time. It's been a little minute since I did a story time, but it's alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this one because this one got a little tea to it, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, y'all. So this story time is about the time I had accidentally exposed him. This is part 1 of a 2-part story time. The other story time is how I got exposed. So if y'all want to hear that after this story time, just comment down below. Now I'm going to start with a warning. I'm not one of them gays who, you know, go around exposing DLs, this and that. I don't but mess with DLs. This is literally the only DL guy I have ever messed with and had like some type of relations with. Other than that, I haven't really been on the scene for real. So I just want to throw that out there before, you know, some queens come in my comments talking about, yeah, this is what's wrong with y'all now. Not over here, baby. Alright, so we're gonna get this dude a name. We're gonna say Miguel. So me and Miguel known each other for a long time. Every time me and Miguel seen each other, we knew what was up. Like, it wasn't sexual, but we just knew we liked each other. Miguel had transferred to my school freshman year. I had already knew he was transferring to my school. It wasn't like no pop-up, no surprise. He had already talked to me. He already told me he was coming, this and that. So I was ready. I was prepared. I looked good. I think this day was like a bomb threat day, and we all ended up outside on the track. And me and my best friend, we was looking around. I was like, "Do you see him?" He was like, "No, I don't see him." And then all of a sudden we spot him. I was like, "Oh, okay, there you go. I see him." I'm getting all excited and stuff, but I'm realizing I'm not out yet. During this time, I wasn't out. He wasn't, damn sure wasn't out. I couldn't play the whole, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" this and that. Like, it had to be on the DL, for real, for real. So that's just a little backstory between me and Miguel. Now, while he was at my school, hella people liked him. Now I'm finna cap to you. Hella people liked him. What really grinded my gears during this time was he dated somebody I knew. Me and her, we wasn't friends. We wasn't best friends or nothing. But we were close at a point in time. So me seeing them together and stuff, I'm just like, oh, hell no. So I reached out to her. No, I didn't expose him then. I did not expose him during this time. I was like, hey, you talk to Miguel, and let's give her a name. We're gonna call her Rose. We're gonna call her Rose. So Rose was just like, yeah, I do. I was just like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should really talk to him and this and that. I see he be in other people's faces, and you know, I don't want nothing to happen to you. This bitch Rose thought I was trying to steal him. Baby, I don't have to steal him. I don't have to steal him, baby. I don't have to steal him from you. Trust me. You don't even know the half. I'm over here trying to save you, and you thinking I'm trying to steal him when I don't have to steal. Got it. She got mad at me. I don't know if she told him or not, but what I do remember, she continued to mess with him. And me and her continued to have beef because I wasn't letting up off of him. So basically we had beef. No, I didn't fight her. I remember this one time, my grandmother, she took me to church with her to this cry workshop. And you know, cry workshops last about a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Anyway, so she stayed behind the church, and I just remember texting her. We were just arguing, and I was just like, come outside. Like, at this point, I was just fed up. So I remember I had went outside and she wasn't outside. I was just like, oh, okay, I thought so. So I went back inside and I continued to praise the Lord. So that's just a little backstory about me and Rose beefing. Now, at school, we didn't really have no problems. We didn't have no altercations at school. The most I would do, because yes, I was petty. I was a petty little freshman. I knew his schedule, so that was some creep shit. But it wasn't really that creepy because, hear me out. I'm over here trying to make an excuse for it. Y'all knew back in the day, if you had a crush or something during school, you would know they periods where they would be at. You know, certain time of the day where they would be at their locker or be at this classroom or be outside of the cafeteria, all of this. So I would know, and I would take that direct route. If my class is on the other side of the school and I'm literally right there on the other side of the school, I would walk all the way to the other side of the school just to pass him and her, or just to pass him and just see. Cause then he'll end up texting me and be like, you know, you trying to be funny. Yeah, I know. Nothing started my day off better, cause after first period, we would pass during the same time period. He would pass my first period class as I'm leaving, and I would stay in my first period class just a little bit longer just so he can pass. And every time he passed, we just looked. We just like, And he knew and I knew. So it was just weird to go back and forth with Rose when, baby, your few months is not comparing to the years, baby. Although I was dumb, let's get that there. This is my first DL, this is my first everything. So I didn't really know no better. I'm sorry. And y'all, if y'all see me slouching, I'm literally leaning up against the wall with my leg like bent because like I don't want to stand up. I'm sorry. So fast forward, get to the juicy part, Houston. Like what the hell? So fast forward, I switched schools during the summer. Right after my freshman year at my first school, I had switched to the school I had ended up graduating high school from. Tell me why during the summer I get a snap from her. Hey, I have a question. I was like, yes. Can you text me? I was like, okay. So did you and Miguel ever do anything? I was like, no. Are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. We never did anything. She asked me this a couple times. I said 3. I said 3 no's in a row. Like 3 no's. I was like, why the hell you keep asking me? Like, you must know something. Then Rose proceeds to say, I've seen the text and stuff, so you don't have to lie. I was just like, okay, well, shit, since you've seen the text. Okay, yeah, you did. I mean, why am I sitting here lying? I'm not a liar, so why am I gonna sit here and lie if you already seen something? He ends up calling me. She was just like, are you for real? Like, I was just lying about the text and stuff. I was like, I said, damn, bitch. So she had snapped me. She was just like, can you send me all the screenshots and stuff? And I was like, okay. At this point, I was tired of it. And I was like, I'm tired of going back and forth. So after I sent screenshots, she was just like, oh my God, this and that. So she ended up getting me on three-way with his closest homeboy. Houston said that him and Miguel had something going on. Tell him, Houston. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, you are just the messiest, ugliest, like, weirdest girl ever. Like, why are you doing all of this? I was just like, yeah, shit. And she sent him the screenshots or something. And he was just like, oh, you can't do my boy like this. Like, hell no, we're not gonna let him go out like this. Like, just don't tell nobody this and that. I respect him. Me and his homeboy actually cool. So this was all during like a good evening or something. So then the next day, I'm getting snaps. He done text me. The girl done text me. So people are snapping me from our old school talking about some, is this true? Did you really do this with him and this and that? But by that time, I did not reply to that. I seen his message. He was just like, yo, what the hell? She was still in disbelief. I was just like, I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. And it's not so much the fact that she didn't listen. It was the fact that she disrespected me. That's more the fact of why I'm just like, I don't care. Like, she could be crying. She could just be going through it and I just wouldn't care. You disrespected me. I tried to help you out and you sat here and plain disrespect me in my face. Miguel told me, he was just like, we'll be straight if you just tell everybody that you lied. She's texting me the same thing. They are in cahoots on getting this erased when it's really her fault. It's really her fault because nobody knew except for me, his homeboy. That was it. So it's really her fault. And what made me mad and what made me like still dislike her at that time was the fact that he was blaming me and getting mad at me for spreading it when it was really her. But I understand why. But no, you need to be mad at her because she's the one who spread it. But like I said, I was a dummy, so I was saying I lied. I texted her and I had said I lied. If I can go back, who? But hey, I was dumb. I was in love. That was like going into my 10th grade year, and I just recently cut ties with him like earlier this year. But I'm not gonna say karma caught up to me, but I don't know what I did that following year to deserve it. But all I gotta say is I had got exposed, and if you want to hear that story time, make sure, like I said earlier, comment down below, say story time part. And y'all, I have actually a good amount of story times with. Ooh. That wraps up this story time. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment below if you want part 2. Or comment below if you need some other videos, anything else to entertain you. Just let me know. I got you. Also, hit that subscribe button. That's all, y'all. Remember, respect yourself, know your worth, and go drink some water. Period.